Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. In today's video I am going to be reacting to bad reviews of my favorite books. I just picked a couple of my favorite books. These are not all of my favorite books, but some of my favorites, and I'm just going to be reacting to bad reviews on them. So let's get started. Alright. Whenever people do this type of video, I really like it because it's so funny what people say about people's favorite books. So just a quick disclaimer, I don't mean to offend anyone. If you don't like this book and you agree with the bad review, then that's totally fine. You know, everyone is entitled to their own opinion. So yeah, I shouldn't really have to say that, but I feel like I should anyway. So let's see. The first one, I'm just going to put like a screenshot of what book I'm talking about. But the first one is Nosferatu by Joe Hill. Heather says, this book can go straight to hell. I had tons of issues with this, but there was one thing that I was unable to suspend my disbelief for and ruined the rest of the book for me. Spoilers removed. God, I just can't. Okay. I feel like if you read the synopsis for Nosferatu and it interests you, then you kind of know what you're getting yourself into as far as like a really weird, Christmassy themed horror thriller type of book. It's not really supposed to be a believable scenario. There's a lot of made up fictional beings and characters in that book, so I don't know. I guess she just didn't enjoy it, even though reading the synopsis she felt like reading it anyway. I feel like the synopsis of that book is kind of going to give you a pretty good idea of what it's about, so I don't know, Heather. I'm sorry you didn't enjoy it. Okay, Vicki Willis says, well, I finished it. It literally took 6 months, but I did it. I just did not care about the story. It was not that interesting to me. It was a slog and hard to get through. It wasn't that I thought the writing was bad. I'm not going to read that whole review. I just read like the first portion of it, but how does it take you 6 months to read that book? Like, at that point, I would have just not finished it and just moved on. Like, I feel like if it takes you 6 months to read a book, you should just kind of move on to the next. And, you know, if you're going to continue it over that period of time, doesn't it interest you at least a little bit? Or, you know, I don't know. I don't understand. So, yeah, those are some for Nosferatu. I really liked that book. That book was like, it was crazy. I've never read anything like that book. I'm definitely going to read it in the years to come, like around Christmas, wintry time. So, I like that book, obviously. Okay, next one is A Dark Blur by Loreth Ann White. And Allison says, I am absolutely shocked at how many great reviews this book received. Very drawn out, very cliched, and very predictable. I don't know how this book was predictable. I didn't guess any of it coming, anything that happened coming. Also, it being cliched, I don't really see that either, because this book had a lot of things in a thriller that I don't typically see. The setting for it was a wooded area on a ranch, serial killer on the loose type of thing, but there was so much more to it than that. So, cliched, I don't really know. I don't think it's cliched. Nah, I didn't think it was predictable either. Okay, Emily says, I didn't really enjoy the multiple perspective or the graphic descriptions of violence and sexual assault. I don't know why you didn't enjoy the multiple perspective, Emily. I feel like that definitely added to the story. It's interesting to see other people's perspectives in a thriller, especially. You know, especially like the killer, when you see his mindset, his or her mindset, and what they're thinking, what they're going through. I always feel like that's so interesting, so I don't understand why she didn't like that. And as for the graphic descriptions of violence and sexual assault, I can see why some people would not enjoy that. You know, if you're sensitive to those things, then I would probably stay away from this book, but I don't know. I liked it. I'm not really sensitive to that topic, so it doesn't bother me, but I liked it. Okay, next one, Gone Girl by Gillian Flynn. This was probably my favorite thriller I have ever read. I feel like a lot of people like this book. It's probably either you love it or you hate it, just because it's like so extreme, I guess is one way to put it. Just the twists and turns in this book, I've never read anything like it. Gillian Flynn is probably in my top 5 favorite authors. She's probably pretty close to number 1. I don't really know who would take her spot. I liked all her books. But yeah, no one can write thrillers like her. Like, she takes it there. She is not afraid to take it to the darkest of dark moments, which is what I like. Okay, so Samra, she said, a psycho bitch marries a psycho jerk, and so the show begins. Okay, when I first read this, I thought that was so funny. Because first of all, a lot of thrillers do have unlikable characters. That's kind of what you're getting into. My cat is about to jump up here. I hope he doesn't knock my camera down. But yeah, that's kind of what you get into when you are reading a thriller. Most of the time the characters are unlikable. So yeah, I don't know. Terrible, unnatural, phony, and irritating would be the just words to adore such a masterpiece of shit. Wow, that's the first time I've ever heard that. Masterpiece of shit. Okay. I just hate everything about the shit what the book is. She is really angry. Despite the rave reviews from the quality press, I did not enjoy Gone Girl. I can see that. Straight away, the writing is brittle and the character is superficial. It is relentlessly downbeat, with not a smidgen of humor anywhere, although this sort of embittered tale would be ripe for irony. The mantra of the novel could be, appearances are not what they seem, deception is all. Well, yeah, I mean, isn't that the point of the book, of a thriller? You don't really know what people's motives are, you don't know what's really going on, and that's the thrilling aspect of it, so yeah, appearances are not what they seem, deception is all. I don't see why that's a bad mantra, like, that's kind of what Gone Girl is all about. You don't know who to trust, and that's the whole fun of a thriller. So, Samra, I don't know what you're thinking. That's weird. Alright, there was a lot of bad reviews on Gone Girl, which I don't understand, but that was the one that stuck out to me the most. I just thought she was just so passionate about her review that I had to include it there. Alright, next book is Swerve by Vicki Peterson. So for this book, I can kind of see why some people may not like it, because Vicki definitely takes it there. Vicki was not afraid to take it to the next level. This book gets very dark, very graphic, very disturbing. I remember a specific scene vividly in this book, and I have not been able to forget about it since. But books that do that to me, like books that can spark up that kind of emotion and make me remember it, those tend to be my favorite books. And I don't know, isn't that how everybody is? Like, if a book can spark up some, a big emotion out of you and you can't forget it, I feel like that's a good thing. But anyway, alright, Jasmine rated it 1 star. She says, sorry, I just couldn't get myself to like this one. Personally, the most boring written book of the year to me. Could not even get myself to finish it, and I really tried though. Alright. So this is what really irritates me. If you couldn't finish the book, I'm assuming she couldn't finish it because that's what she said, then why are you rating it? Like, you didn't even finish it, you don't know how it ends. If you don't like it, like through the first however many chapters you get through and you DNF it, you can't rate it because you didn't finish it. Like, I get rating it upon what you've read of it, but like on Goodreads, when ratings are calculated and they kind of matter for an author's reputation, and you rate it at 1 star, but you didn't even finish the book, I just don't get that. That irritates me. And she said it was boring. That I don't understand either. This book was filled with action. I feel like it should be a movie. Seriously, it should. I don't know how she thought it was boring, but whatever. Whatever, Jasmine. Okay, Jared rated it 1 star. I'm just going to read some of it because this review was kind of long, and I just screenshotted like the first portion of it, but he says, I say this with as little pretension as I can muster. I saw this coming from a mile away. I lost interest after the twist, which wasn't a lot of interest to lose, given that the writing and narration style struck me as uneven. Blah, 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 blah. I'm not going to read the rest of it because, I don't know, it just, I just don't get it. I guess I could see people not liking this book because it is so extreme and out there, and she really takes it there. That's what I can understand, but like, I don't know how you can lose interest, because I was like completely intrigued, didn't want to put it down. I read it very late into the night. It was, I don't know, I really liked it. If you like graphic, dark, gritty, you know, edge of your seat thrillers, a little bit of, like, you like it when a thriller takes it there, and it kind of takes it to the point where it's a little bit unbelievable, well, probably a lot bit unbelievable, because the situations that happen in this book are most likely not to happen. Sorry, there's something in my eyelash. Yeah, if you like those things, I would read it, but whatever. Jerry didn't like it. He lost interest after the twist, which is, I don't know. I don't get it. Obviously, I don't get it. So yeah, those are the reviews on Swerve. Okay, You by Caroline Katniss. I feel like you either really love this book or you really hate it. I obviously really loved it. That's why it's in this video. Elizabeth said, "This was really terrible. I feel a bit worse for wear having read it. Don't do it. Trust me." I disagree, Elizabeth. You should do it. Trust me. Read the book. If you haven't read the book and you like thrillers and you like dark books, read it. And if you like the book, watch the show. I watched the show and I freaking loved it. Me and my fiance couldn't stop watching it. We wanted to keep watching it. And that's really hard for me to get into a show. Like, I don't know, for some reason I can't get hooked on TV shows. I lose my attention quickly, which is really strange. My fiance is the complete opposite. He loses his attention quickly when he reads rather than watching something, and I'm the opposite. But yeah, if you like the book, read. No, sorry. If you like the book, watch the show. So don't listen to Elizabeth. Read the book if you haven't read it. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, that's the only one I'm gonna read for you. Actually, no, there's another one that I screenshotted. Catherine said, DNF on page 4. Yes, page 4. I set a new record. Okay. Like I said, this really pisses me off when people do that, because you didn't even get through the first, I don't think page 4 is the first chapter. Maybe it is. I can't remember. But you didn't even get through a quarter of the way. Like, why are you writing a review? Why are you writing a review? That baffles me. I don't understand. If you got through page 4, you don't even know what is happening. Like, that doesn't make sense. I feel like you don't have the right. Okay, maybe that's not the right word. You shouldn't be able to write a review if you've only read it up to page 4. Like, that doesn't make any sense. But anyway, she goes on to say, have you ever walked down the street randomly and someone catches your eye? Only this isn't in a good way. This is the kind of person who, when they look at you, gives you the creepiest vibe in the world. You can't seem to get away fast enough. Most of the time they don't have to open their mouths for you to know that they're bad news. This is how I felt with this book. At this point, I'm scared to take recommendations from friends anymore because I usually end up hating the book that they so loved. Another reviewer raved about this book, and since I'm very interested in the subject of human behavior and psychology, I decided to pick it up. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna read for her book her review, because I just got kind of pissed that she only read it to page 4 and she's deciding to give it 1 star. Like, what? I get, if you don't like a book and you're on page 4 and you're like, oh, I can't stand this, I just want to put it down, fine. But it's like, you're not really even giving it a chance. Like, from what people say about the book, and you were recommended this book from somebody, you should kind of have an idea of what the book is about. And that it's kind of different. It's going from completely the serial killer's perspective. Sorry, I'm hearing noise in the hallway. I'm getting distracted. But yeah, you should have a pretty good idea of what this book is about if you got recommended it and you only made it to page 4, and I get it, you didn't like it, but you really didn't give the book a chance. Therefore, I feel like you shouldn't have written a review. I digress. That's just my opinion. Okay, Hidden Bodies by Caroline Katniss, which is like the sequel to You. I really liked Hidden Bodies. I don't see a lot of people talking about it. I don't know why. I really liked it. I almost liked it better than You. Okay, so Nicole says, first of all, I can't believe I wasted my Audible credit on this. Okay. I don't know if she read You first and then read Hidden Bodies and she just didn't like it, but it's definitely worth an Audible credit. But whatever. Okay, Beatrice says, alright, I'm not going to read this whole thing. Alright, let's do this. It pains me to write this review because Hidden Bodies is not you. I freaking adore that book. I gave it 5 stars, sang praises to it in my review, adored the writing style and its unusual main character. Okay, I think this is why I screenshotted this. If you liked You, I don't understand how you didn't like Hidden Bodies. I don't understand that. It's basically You, but times 10, and just going further into Joe's life and his turmoil and his destructive mindset. I don't know. If you liked You and you like the character Joe, even though he's very unlikable, but if you read the book, you know what I mean? You kind of just like hate to love him kind of thing. I don't know how you didn't like Hidden Bodies, but whatever, Beatrice. Okay, this book ruins every fantastic thing that happened in You. I can't believe both books, a 5-star book and a 1-star, is written by the same author. This book was a joke. I don't get it. I don't get it. If you have read You and you've read Hidden Bodies afterwards, tell me if you liked Hidden Bodies as much as You, or if you thought Hidden Bodies sucked. I really liked Hidden Bodies. I almost liked it better than You. So anyways, those are my reactions to some of my favorite books. I could probably do another whole video on this because I have a lot more favorites that I'm sure have some nasty reviews. But yeah, I hope you guys liked this video. I really enjoyed making it. This is one of my favorite videos to watch on YouTube, on BookTube. So it's really fun to see what other people say about your favorite books. It's crazy how so many people have completely different opinions about books when, you know, you either love it, you hate it, you're in the middle, or you're like some people where you write a review after reading it for only 4 pages and decide to give it a 1-star, which is not fair at all, but whatever. Goodreads can't tell you not to post a review if you've only read it not even a quarter of the way. But anyway, yes, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope the lighting is okay. I'm still trying to figure out like a good background. Let me know if you guys like my little light in the background. I got that on Etsy. But yeah, I will talk to you guys in another video. Let me know if you guys like this video. Give it a like, subscribe, comment. I would greatly appreciate it, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye!